Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank you for agendaing this bill to be heard today. One would have thought that October 7th would have resulted in less anti-Semitism in the world. The world's worst attack against Jews since the Holocaust, more Jews dying on any day since the Holocaust, one would have thought would have created an outpouring of sympathy and a heightened need to deal with anti-Semitism. But in Europe, that is not what happened, as the chairman so aptly described. A study conducted by the European Union Agency for Fundamental Rights recorded an increase of 400% in anti-Semitism since October 7th, 2023. 96% of European Jews, effectively all of them, said they encounter anti-Semitism in their daily lives. Now, I can give statistic after statistic after statistic, but I think it is more useful to reflect upon the actual stories of what has happened, to marvel at the fact in 2023, in 2024, and in 2025, we can see the likes that we have not seen since the 1930s in Europe. On November 8th, 2024, in Amsterdam, there was a pogrom, what they called a Jew hunt, where dozens of Israeli soccer fans were chased through Amsterdam by a mob of over 100 people screaming, "Free Palestine." In November of 2024, in Berlin, 13-year-old boys from a Jewish soccer team, 13-year-old children, were pursued by adult men yelling, "Free Palestine." In Milan, in September of 2025, assailants unleashed a vicious dog on a group of visibly Orthodox Jews. In September of 2025, feces was smeared on Jewish sites in England. In November of 2025, an Israeli victims memorial in Rome was defaced. In July of 2025, 50 French Jewish children were kicked off of an airplane in Spain after one uttered simply a Hebrew word. So this is a real problem. But for those who believe this does not simply this only affects Europeans, it affects Americans as well. Less than 1 month ago, on October 10th, 2025, a Pakistani Muslim, while screaming Allahu Akbar, attacked an American in Milan, Italy, for having the crime of simply looking Orthodox because of his attire. Anti-Semitism is real. It is on the rise, accompanied by the rise of mainstream Islam in Europe, and it is something that we must deal with to protect not only Jews, but to protect all Americans wherever they may be. This bill directs the State Department to address that growing threat of anti-Semitism, to make clear to our European allies that the conduct that they have allowed to take place within their countries is simply unacceptable. After this assessment, the Assistant Secretary for European and Eurasian Affairs will engage with those countries that are identified as countries of apparent concern and ask for their cooperation in countering this rising anti-Semitism, and it will require those individuals to provide a briefing to both our committee and our Senate counterpart to make sure we are up to date on what these European countries are doing. But make no mistake, and let me say this loudly and clearly, what these European countries have allowed to take place in their countries is unacceptable. And we should be warned that where anti-Semitism rears its ugly head, societal collapse soon comes thereafter. That's what we've seen in 3,000 years of anti-Semitism around the world. So I again want to thank the chairman for bringing this bill up, for making it a priority, for allowing us to say to our friends in Europe that what they have allowed is simply unacceptable and that we in the United States will be watching. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.